Hey guys, what's up? Hope everything is good, and welcome back to Learning CSGO as a CS Veteran, episode number 35. And before we start, I just want to say that in the last video there was quite a few people who complained about the skill level of my enemies. I just want to say before this game starts properly that this is actually much worse. There's not too much I can do about it because I haven't played matchmaking for a few months, which meant I lost my rank and there was some MMR decay. We are slowly working back up. For example, this is my second game and I actually ranked up to Legendary Eagle, but for the first few games just expect low level gameplay from my opposition. I do still want to show you guys every single game that I play in matchmaking, which is why I'm still showing you this game, but do just bear in mind that the first few games will be low level until I get back to about the Supreme level. So on the screen I just showed you the first 3 rounds. We lost the pistol round and then won the 2 rounds after that. I only got 1 kill in those first 3 rounds, and you're now seeing the first gun round. You can see I pushed through to the connector as CT, got an AWP at the top mid through smoke, and I killed the second guy who was in the A apartments, and you can see someone's actually dropped into the bomb site. So I am pretty much at this stage holding the A bomb site sort of by myself because I don't have too much backup from my teammate who pushed A ramp and no one actually came A ramp, but I still managed to get a 3 kill, and that makes the score 3-1. So I just want to talk a little bit about how I like to play Mirage on a solo queue game like this. So I like to play A on Mirage rather than B, but obviously when you're playing solo queue you cannot rely on your teammate too much because the terrorists can come from A apartments, A ramp, connector, and they could also get boosted up into the window room and come from jungle. So you have to be very aware of your radar and where your teammate's watching and where they're not. So to get a bit of A control, I like to usually get an AWP A ramp at the start, then AWP mid, and then either go back to ticket booth in CT spawn or just stay around the stairs area and watch A ramp or A apartments. And you can see I got a decent 4-man through doing that this round, and it just works pretty nicely because you can't really get caught out from too many places, and you just need to be aware of where your teammates are watching and where they're not. Alternatively, if you are not AWPing and you have a Colt and a pretty decent spawn for the window room, like I don't even have the best spawn for it here but I still decided to do it, you can just get a quick push, jump through the window room before terrorists get to the top of mid and rush through the lower underground area, and then you can quite often, like there, just catch a terrorist out of position and just catch him off guard, especially at this sort of rank. Obviously if you do it at a higher up rank, people are more aware of it and probably do wait for you a little bit more and it will pay off less. One thing you must do though after you got that 1 kill, if it's that early, is just fall back, just play your position and don't give them that pick back, because ideally for a terrorist, if you just killed their teammate, they're going to want to return that frag onto you and make it a 4-0 situation. So if you can, always fall back to A, which I've done in this situation, and I managed to get a further 2 kills. This next round, it's really starting to fall apart for the terrorists. You can see in the bottom left, they've actually kicked one of the teammates because he was complaining the whole game. He called me a hacker a few times and just generally was not a very happy person. So I will keep this game very short. I'll only go into a few more rounds because it's not really worth showing frags when the terrorists have 1 bot. So it is 8-1 now. I've got a decent 4-man there as I tried to rush into A, but this game is getting worse and worse the longer it goes on. So like I say, I'll keep this one short and not show too many more rounds. So while there's not too much more I can show you because of the terrorist team only having 4 players, I will just go over what I'd like to do again on a default round as CT with an AWP. So you can see I watched ramp for a few seconds there, just made sure they weren't rushing A apartments or A ramp, got a kill onto the A ramp, and then really from that position you can go connector, you can help out B very quickly, and you can just basically roam around the map, which is great if you're solo queuing because it just helps you to actually contain some map presence and not just completely rely on your teammates being decent. So that is the end of the first half. It ended up 13-2 in our favour. So I'm just going to show the first couple of rounds as terrorist, and you can just see how they went. So I was feeling pretty confident going into the terrorist pistol round, and my teammate dropped me a Tech 9, so I just decided to just go quite gung-ho and rush B, and you can see I got the opening frag onto a CT player there. Nothing special, in fact I just literally spammed with a Tech 9 and got a second kill there on a guy who was obviously very low, and then from that position I pushed through into the jungle area and got a 3rd kill, making the score 14-2. So the next round, I of course expected the CTs to buy armor and 5.7s and just basically force buy, because the score, if they lose this, would be 15-2, and usually CTs force buy in the second round anyway. So I just got an AK, went mid, and I was surprised by how quiet it was, so I thought I'll just take advantage of that and rush up through connector, which gave me a couple of kills onto 2 counter-terrorists who were just a bit out of position and were a bit unaware. I then got a third kill onto someone who was playing the ticket booth area in CT, and then just pushed towards the B kitchen area and found the 4th player. On to the last round now, 15-2 in our favour currently. There was no point in really dragging out too much against just 4 players and a bot. So we decided to rush A. I opened the bomber site up with a couple of quick kills and got killed by someone who was on top of wood. But we still won the round, making the final score 16-2. I just want to say again, I do apologise for this game. Obviously, the standard is not good enough, which is my fault because I didn't play matchmaking for so long. So like I said, I lost my rank. But I'm going to make sure that I continue to play matchmaking as often as possible, and that won't happen again. So do bear with me for these next few games where they are a bit lower rank, and hopefully we'll get back up to Supreme or Global soon. Get out there with an AK and see what I can do. So I did get one pick onto someone playing A who was facing A main, a second kill onto a CT in connector,